Okay, welcome to lesson 2. Just scroll up here a little bit. Sorry. Um, it's gonna be angles in all quadrants. So 360 degrees, and you'll kind of see what the difference is here in a minute. What we're gonna need for these ones is we're pretty much gonna need to find the reference angle and then work from there. Yeah, I'll show you what I mean by that. And the reference angle for an angle in standard position is the angle between the terminal arm and the closest x-axis. So the reference angle is always going to be equal to, it's going to be an acute angle. So remember, acute angle is just an angle that's less than 90 degrees. And the symbol we're going to start using for the reference angle, instead of making so instead of using a symbol like this one, we're going to use instead an alpha symbol. So it just looks like a fish without a tail, something like that. So it's going to be our alpha symbol. So that's always what we're going to use for the reference angle. Sorry about the bad writing. Yeah. So a little relationship that I want you to be able to see here. If we had an angle, let's say here, and this is from our x-axis on this side. So it's going to be coming up like that. We could also say in this case, this would be also our reference angle. So that could be both, right? But you can see that we've got an exact same angle over here. And then we've got another exact same angle over here. And over here. There's 4 possible exact same angles. And actually, I shouldn't have made those symbols. I should have made our alpha. Whoa, that was terrible. Made our alpha symbols that we're talking about now. So this is what we're going to use for the reference angles. And each one of these, though, is going to have a different rotation angle. So each one of these, if you drew a line from that one to that one, it would be a different rotation angle than, let's say, this one. That would be its own rotation angle. And then lastly, you'd have a rotation angle. Maybe I'll go to the inside of this one. All the way around to there. That would be another rotation angle, right? So each one of these reference angles has a different rotation angle. Hopefully that's not confusing. Okay, moving on. Okay, so for example, each of the following rotation angles have a reference angle of 35, but why? How is this possible? So I'm just kind of getting at the same thing. So it's saying that they all have the following rotation angles have a reference angle of 35. So we've got, this is a rotation angle, and this was a rotation angle, and then that was a rotation angle, and then same with this one. But they all end up being 35 for my reference angle, because this from there to there is 35. This is 35. This from here to here is 35, because they're all the same from the x-axis. And that's all. That's really it. That's kind of the only thing I want you guys to get from that. Okay, determine the reference angle for an angle in standard position. So from the positive x-axis. Sketch both angles for an angle in quadrant 2, such as 155 degrees. The reference angle is. Okay, so sketching this out, it's a good idea to sketch out all of these, really. I'm just going to start out with my Cartesian plane. Remember our quadrants. Quadrant 1 is here, and then 2 is in this one. So quadrant 2 is right there. That's our angle, because it's saying it's in quadrant 2. And it's 155 degrees from there to there. 155 degrees. So the reference angle of this, well, I know that it's 180 degrees if I go from there to there, right? So if I want this angle, which is my reference angle, all I have to do is go 180 minus 155. Which is 25 degrees. Okay. Right, for an angle in quadrant 3, so same thing. Draw my quadrant, or my Cartesian plane. Quadrant 3, so it's down like that, and it's going to be, it's 235 degrees from there to there. I want my reference angle instead, so I want that angle, right? Well, all I need to do now is I know again that from here to there is 180 degrees, right? So if I go 235 minus 180 degrees, what I should have left is this angle, which is 55 degrees. All right, in quadrant 4, such as 310, the reference angle is, so quadrant 4, 310. Now, the easiest one here is probably going to be to go to the next one. I know that all the way around would be 360 degrees. So I'm just going to go 360 degrees minus 310 degrees, which is 50 degrees. So what I have left from here to here is 55 degrees. So that's what my reference angle is, 55 degrees. All right. Now, I think I'm actually going to leave that video there so we can kind of get into this next concept in one video. So I'll see you guys in the next video.